Hello and welcome to another feature preview video for Thrawn's Revenge Fall of the Republic, and this also sort of applies to Imperial Civil War. So a few months ago, you may remember that we announced that there was going to be a lot more galactic level mechanics. The first thing we announced with that were the planet loyalty and influence mechanics and the New Republic that came with things like alliances. And I also spoke a bit about how each faction in Fall of the Republic and Imperial Civil War would come with their own government mechanics as well. We showed off the New Republics first, where they are able to have elections for the new chief of state, which would have differing effects depending on who was elected, and the player could do things to get their candidates elected as well. And now we're going to talk a bit about the CIS's government mechanics. So early on in the CIS's history, so towards the start of the war, they were a lot less unified. They were still these different disparate groups, and we are trying to represent that in games. So there is the main CIS faction, that is what you play as, but then there are also standalone factions on the galactic level for the Techno Union, which you can see a planet for right here. This is a Techno Union planet, the Commerce Guild, the Trade Federation, and the Intergalactic Banking Clan. There's no Banking Clan or Trade Federation planets on this particular map, which is about the Boros campaign. So the stuff with the Victory Fleet and the Bulwarks. But each of those factions are allied with the CIS. So we've done that partially through corruption and partially through some AI changes. So you can pass through your allied territory. You can't help defend their planets, and they can't help defend your planets technically, but they will not attack you. So they are, for all intents and purposes, allied. But each of those factions has a certain approval rating with the CIS main faction. So here on the government overview page for the CIS, there is a slight overview of that, and you can see here, Commerce Guild owns 2 planets with opinion of 95, Banking Clan 0 planets, opinion 95%. It starts very close to 0. It'll depend on the GC map, actually, what level they start at. But especially for the earlier GCs, it'll start at 0 or 10, 20, and you work your way up from there. And there will be a lot of different ways that you can work your way up in opinion. And it'll give differing rewards as you get through the different levels. You can get some things like different heroes from them, from improving your relationship with them, rather. You can get new ship types, heroes, and then we'll talk about what happens when you get to 100% approval in a second. But there will be plenty of ways to increase your approval rating, and that's going to be something that we work on throughout varying versions of the mod. Right now, the simplest way to do it is if you go to your political menu here, each faction, you can pay 5,000 credits for an increase of 5%. So we will start off with the Techno Unions, and the price might vary on this as we get more stuff in, but right now we'll just take a look at what happens here. So this will bring us, with the 5%, since we're already at 95 with the Techno Union, up to, oh, sorry, wrong page, up to 100%. So we'll watch this.
Research complete.
And when you hit 100%, not only do you get whatever heroes, right now there's none tied to the Techno Union, but you also get their planets and their units. Currently, it's not set up to spawn the units that they had, because we still need to make the Lua function for that, but you will get Boros, you'd get the Bulwark fleet was there, their ground units there. So once you get all the factions to 100%, you get them integrated fully into your faction. And we'll show the corporate alliance, or the Commerce Guild rather, sorry. And I'll just sell a unit so we can do that right away. But this is the Commerce Guild.
Researching.
When you do that, you can see now that we have new types of ships from them. So you have the Providence class Dreadnought and the Recusant class Dreadnought. So these are the much larger versions of the Providence and Recusant, sort of like what Trench had for the Providence. The Trade Federation you get a few heroes out of, and there'll be some ship types with that. The Commerce Guild, or Banking Clan rather, sorry, You can get Porus Tonith out of that. You can get Captain Cantival. So a lot of the heroes will start more spread out, and then you're able to gather more of your technology, more of your heroes, and all that by bringing your faction more integrated. I actually did a lore video on my lore channel called Corey's Datapad about that this weekend, or I'm doing one this weekend. If you want to check that out, link in the description to that as well. But hope you guys are looking forward to a lot of these mechanical changes we're adding in with Fall of the Republic. We'll have a more detailed overview of exactly the kind of stuff you can get out of integrating these factions in the future. You can see some of their ships stayed there. That'll all change once we have that function that integrates them all. But thank you for watching. Again, hope you're looking forward to the upcoming beta. We'll have some more news on that soon. We're going to be able to start the beta in a couple of weeks. But thanks again, and hope to see you next time. Bye, everyone.